Shri Gurubhyo Namaha students. Let us continue with question number 22. Two dice are thrown simultaneously. What is the probability of getting a sum of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12? And the second one is, your student argues that there are 11 possible outcomes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Therefore, each of them has a probability 1 by 11. Do you agree with this argument? Justify your answer. So, what is the question here? Two dice are thrown simultaneously. So, we need to write the sample space first. So, what is the sample space? It is nothing but all the possible outcomes in the event when two dice are thrown. So, what are the outcomes, possible outcomes? 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. Similarly, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6. 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6. Next 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 4, 6. 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6. And the next one is 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5 and 6, 6. So, what is n of s here? How many outcomes are here totally? 36 outcomes are there. So, n of s is 36. What is the first one they are asking? Probability of getting a sum of 2. So, if you add the two numbers on both the dice, you should get 2. So, you know here n of s is 36. So, if you add 1 plus 1, you get 2. So, how many outcomes are there? Favorable outcomes, there is only 1. What about the second one? Probability of getting a sum of 3. So, out of 36, getting a sum of 3, that is 2 plus 1 is 3, 1 plus 2 is 3. So, how many are there totally? 2. What about the third one? Probability of getting a sum of 4. So, out of 36, getting a sum of 4, that is 3 plus 1 4, 2 plus 2 4, 1 plus 3 4. How many are there? 3. So, 3 by 36. What about the fourth one? Sum of 5. So, out of 36, how many outcomes are there with sum 5? 4 plus 1, 3 plus 2, 2 plus 3, 1 plus 4. So, how many are there totally? 4 by 36. What about the next one? Sum of 6. So, out of 36, sum of 6 is 5, 1, 4, 2, 3, 3, 2, 4, 1, 5. So, how many are there? 5 by 36. What about the sixth one? Sum of 7. So, out of 36, how many are there with sum 7? 6 plus 1, 5 plus 2, 4 plus 3, 3 plus 4, 2 plus 5, 1 plus 6. So, how many are there totally? 6 by 36. What about the seventh one? Probability of getting a sum of 8. So, out of 36, 6 plus 2 8, 5 plus 3 8, 4 plus 4 8, 3 plus 5 8, 2 plus 6 8. So, how many are there? 5 by 36. The next one is sum of 9. So, out of 36, how many outcomes? 6 plus 3, 5 plus 4, 4 plus 5, 3 plus 6. All this sum makes 9. So, how many are there totally? 4. So, 4 by 36. What about the next one? Sum of 10. Out of 36, 6 plus 4 is 10, 5 plus 5 is 10, 4 plus 6 is 10. So, 3 by 36. What about the next one? Sum of 11. So out of 36, sum of 11 is 6 plus 5, 5 plus 6, there are 2. So 2 by 36. And what is the next one? Last one, sum of 12. So out of 36, how many outcomes give sum of 12? 6 plus 6 is 12. There is only one outcome. So 1 by 36. So this is the first part of the sum. Then what is the second one? Your student argues that there are 11 possible outcomes. What are they? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 9, 10, 11 and 12. So how many outcomes are there totally? 11. Therefore each of them has a probability 1 by 11. Do you agree with this argument? The student argues that each probability is 1 by 11. But here you see sum of 2 is 1 by 36, sum of 3 is 2 by 36, sum of 4 is 3 by 36, sum of 5 is 4 by 36, sum of 6 is 5 by 36, sum of 7 is 6 by 36, and here 5 by 36, 4 by 36, 3 by 36, 2 by 36 and 1 by 36. So you never got the probability as 1 by 11. So do you agree with this argument? What you should say? No, and you have to justify your answer. So why the argument is wrong? Let us discuss that. So what is the second part they are asking? Do you agree with this argument? No, because each of the outcome is different. It is not equally likely. We are getting the probabilities as 1 by 36, 2 by 36, 3 by 36, 4 by 36, 5 by 36, 6 by 36 and so on. So they are not equally likely. What do you mean by equally likely? If all the probabilities are the same, they are equally likely. So here they are not equally likely. So the argument is not correct, it is wrong. So do you agree with this argument? If they say, what you should say? No, because we are getting the probabilities differently, like 1 by 36, 2 by 36, 3 by 36 and so on. So they are not equally likely outcomes. So the argument is wrong. So the argument is wrong. Hope it's clear, children, right? Shall we move on to the next sum? Yeah. So what is the 23rd question? A game consists of tossing a 1 rupee coin 3 times. The 1 rupee coin has been tossed how many times? 3 times, and noting its outcome each time. Hanif wins if all the tosses give the same result. That is, all the 3 are heads or all the 3 are tails. All the 3 are tails. Okay, so all the 3 are tails. And loses otherwise. Calculate the probability that Hanif will lose the game. So what is that given? A game consists of tossing a 1 rupee coin 3 times and noting its outcome each time. What do you mean by outcome? The sample space. So what is the sample space when a coin is tossed? Okay, what are all the outcomes you will get? All the 3 can be head or HHT or HTH or THH or TTH or THT or HTT or TTT. So these are the possible outcomes when a coin is tossed how many times? 3 times. So what is N of S here? How many elements are there in sample space? 8. So N of S is 8. And what is given? Hanif wins if all the 3 tosses give the same result. That is, all the 3 are heads or all the 3 are tails, and loses otherwise. So what is the probability that Hanif will lose the game? He will win if he gets all the 3 as head or all the 3 as tail. In all other cases he lose. So you know the formula is N of E by N of S. So N of S here is 8. So what is the probability he will lose? Here if he gets 3 head and 3 tail, he will win. So in all other cases he will lose. So 8 minus 2, it is 6. So 6 by 8 is the probability that Hanif will lose the game. or you can reduce to lowest term and say what? 3 by 4. Is it clear, children? Shall we move on to the next sum? Yes. Here what is given? A die is thrown twice. So we need to write the sample space here again. So what is the sample space? 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6. Then 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6. Next is 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6. 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 4, 6. Then 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6. And last is 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5 and 6, 6. So what is n of is here? All the elements, if you add how many elements you get? Totally 36. So n of s is 36. Now what is the question? What is the probability that 5 will not come up either time? Probability that 5 will not come up either time. You know what is the formula for finding the probability? N of E by N of S. So what is N of S here? 36. What is N of E? 5 will not come up either time. That means 5 should not come at all. So this you should leave 1, 5, it has 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5 and 6, 5. Similarly, there is in this row also there is 5. So 5, 1 we have to leave, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5 already we have left. So 5, 6. So 5 will not come up either time means we have to leave what all is crossed. That is 1, 5, 2, 5. What all we have to leave? 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, 5. Then 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 6. All this we have to leave. Leave all this. So how many elements we have to leave? 11 are there. So out of 36 we have to leave these 11 things where you have 5. Why we leave that? Because 5 will not come up either time. 5 will not come up either time. So all these 11 elements should be left out. So out of 36 you have to leave this 11. So 36 minus 11 is 25 by 36. Is it clear, children? What is the second one? 5 will come up at least once. 5 will come up at least once. What do you mean by at least? That means 5 should come at least once. So it can come even 2 times. So 5 should be there. 5 will come up at least once means in that outcome 5 should be there at least once, or it can be even 2 times. So out of 36 5 will come up at least once, and or it can come even 2 times means now all this whatever we left now we should take. That is 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, 5, 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4 and 5, 5. Not 5, 5 already we have taken. So 5, 6. So how many are there? Here you see there is 1 5 here everywhere, and here there are 2 5, and here there is only 1 5, and again here all that you have 1 5. So how many elements are there with 5? So 11 by 36. Is it clear, children? Here I left this 11 elements because 5 will not come up either time. So I have to leave those 11 elements. So from 36 I subtracted 11 and I wrote 25 by 36. But here in this second one 5 will come up at least once. So all these 11 elements only we can take. So out of 36 there is 11. So the probability is 11 by 36. Is it clear, children? Now we will go on to the last question of this exercise. With this chapter gets over. What is the 25th question? Which of the following arguments are correct and which are not correct? Give reasons for your answer. You have to check whether the arguments are correct or not, and also we have to give reason for the answer. What is the first one? If two coins are tossed simultaneously, there are three possible outcomes: two heads, two tails, or one of each. Therefore, each of these outcomes, the probability is 1 by 3. So, you know, when you toss two coins simultaneously, what are the possible outcomes? That is the sample space. So, what you will get? Either both will be head, or one first one head HT, or TH, or TT. So, these are the four possible outcomes when two coins are tossed simultaneously. So, what is N of S? How many elements are there in sample space? So, 4. Of course, what they say, two heads. It can be two heads or two tails or one of each. Of course, there are two heads or two tails or one head and one tail. That is true. But therefore, each of these outcome, the probability is 1 by 3. Whether it is the argument is correct or not. For that, first we have to check what is the probability of getting two heads. What is the probability of getting two heads? Out of 4, how many two heads are there? Only one. So, 1 by 4. And what is the second one? Probability of getting two tails. So, here out of 4, how many two tails are there? There is only one. So, 1 by 4. What is the third one? Probability of getting one of each. That is one head and one tail, or one tail and one head. So, out of 4, one head, one tail, there are two possibilities, HT or TH. So, 2 by 4. But what is that they mentioned? The probability is 1 by 3. But here we are getting 1 by 4 or 2 by 4. So, what we should say? The argument is not correct. And why we say the argument is not correct? Because the probabilities are different, so they are not equally likely. They are not equally likely. So, only the argument is not correct. Is it clear, children? What about the second one? If a die is thrown, there are two possible outcomes, an odd number or an even number. So, when you throw a dice, what is the sample space we get? We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. So, what is N of S here? 6 elements are there. So, what is it they say? There are two possible outcomes, an odd number or an even number. That is true. So, here 1, 3, 5 are odd numbers, 1, 3 and 5 are odd numbers, and 2, 4, 6 are even numbers. So, either we get an odd number or an even number. That is true. Therefore, the probability of getting an odd number is 1 by 2. Let us check what is the probability of getting an odd number. What is the probability of getting an odd number? So, out of 6, how many odd numbers are there? 1, 3 and 5. How many? 3 by 6. So, what is 3 by 6? If you say reduce to lowest term, you get 1 by 2. So, the probability of getting an odd number is 1 by 2, they said. So, the argument is correct. Therefore, the argument is correct. Why it is correct? Because we found out the answer, that is probability of getting an odd number is 1 by 2. Hope it's clear, children. Thank you.